I mean, we're starting Saturday off strong, and by strong, I mean hot as fuck.
We have not one, but two of the sexiest motherfuckers on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Gil McKinney Alaina Huffman.
What's up, guys? Really? Steven?
Hey guys.
Another guy? Don't touch me. I love that pickup Mike, because he's like the nicest one. Later, Warhol. Yeah, we're talking about Mike for some reason.
I love
What's up, guys?
Hi guys.
Alright, so who was here last night?
Did you guys kill it?
It was pretty awesome.
I was on an airplane. I didn't see nothing.
I was a little sore this morning. That's how you know you can hear me right.
Oh, you're getting older.
So this rarely happens, you guys. Not that I'm saying this is special, but it kind of is. Well, it's
It's a little special.
they rarely put us on stage together, and I don't know why, but it's rare that it happens, and it's great to see you.
Too much hotness on one stage.
Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Only Pittsburgh can handle.
I can spit on his house from my house.
She has. That sounds weird.
Only when you're not there.
That's nice. Yes, we live very close to each other, in fact. We didn't know each other before the show started. Before we started on the show, we started the same episode.
We met on the airplane.
We met on the airplane. Alaina went on to many episodes. How did you ever do?
I don't know.
You did like 10 or something. I'm not mad.
They mentioned it.
Like I said, I'd be like, hey, what's going on? What are you up to?
And at one point he's like, how do you do it? How is it the house without me?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He's like, I'm going back to Vancouver again, doing like 3 more. I don't know. Whatever, it's just work.
They found me ways to kill me.
Yeah, so we met on the airplane. I saw this beautiful girl get on the airplane, and it's rare that I get to fly first class. It's usually when I'm working, so it's not to allow me in there, but when someone else is paying for it. But I'm sitting there feeling pretty excited. You know, I got my script out. You guys see this? Read the script over here. It's supernatural. It was like bedazzled. Anyway, so Alaina walks on, and then I see that she's carrying a baby. I'm like, oh. It's like that commercial. There's a commercial out there. The guy's like sitting there, and that beautiful girl walks on, and he realizes she's holding a baby, and he's all disappointed. And then you sit down right behind me.
And you're like,
great. Great, I got a baby behind me for the 2.5-hour flight to Vancouver.
he's so cute though.
Sorry about me. Thank you. Yeah, and then at some point I think you happy and you have the show.
Yeah, well, okay, so I didn't have my baby very long. Like someone kept whoever, like flight attendants, were like, oh my god, can I take your baby? I'm like, okay. Can you get to my 4th baby? I'm like, sure, right now Tuesday.
I got 3 minutes, we got to go.
You got milk? We're good? Okay. Still eat Cheerios off the floor. Yeah, so like someone would have the baby bouncing around the plane. And I saw he was reading his bedazzled script. I actually recognized it because it was a blue draft. It was the same I had. And I was like, hey, are you going to
Even on the internet?
TMZ the story.
Everyone's talking about it. They weren't.
And yeah, then we talked. And then like that episode, we flew back and forth a few times.
We did. As
So Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was over the Canadian Thanksgiving holiday, so we
No,
shot.
it was American.
Was it American? I'm pretty sure it was Canadian. Well, I agree.
No, it was American because they got a week off.
Well, anyway, we shot 4 days, and then we had a nice break.
A week.
And then we went back and we shot the last 4 days, because it takes 8 days to shoot an hour television show. So, but it was nice to have that break for me, because I was not used to working so much. Like, I was in pretty much every scene. Like, in that episode, I was in almost every scene.
Yeah, you were carrying,
I was carrying the episode, you said it. You guys heard it. Yeah, so it was nice to have that break.
And I was like, oh, are you going to be a series regular? Because you're like, pop up and chest.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, no, I died.
Oh, did I kill you?
Killed me and then went on to many more episodes than me.
That's it.
I-
He's not there. No.
I don't know. I'm so happy for all your success.
I'm happy for your success. You know, Gil's about to have a baby.
Yes, I will have a little girl in September. We're very excited. It's definitely going to be a game changer. For sure.
Well,
You know.
I can't, well, I've done it a few times.
She's got four years
It
kids.
just keeps happening to me.
I honestly, I just gotta say, one of the things, I'm not like worried about being a dad or like, I don't even really feel that nervous. I'm super excited. But the one thing I am maybe a little bit worried about is like, how do you find time to prepare your auditions when you have a kid? It's like,
Oh, but you have so much practice.
I've got a little bit of practice from working on auditions at Alaina's house. She got 4 kids.
So Gil and I, this is one of the first things we discussed when we met. I was like, hey, we discovered we live really close to each other, and I was like, hey, how do you prepare your auditions? Because I love to meet with friends, and one of my friends that I was doing a lot of stuff with was on a series up in Vancouver, so he wasn't in LA anymore. So Gil and I started doing auditions together. And he'd call me and be like, hey, I have 11 o'clock, and I'd pop in at like 10, just run through it a couple times, and go in my office. The kids would like knock on the door, look in the window. And then they'd be like, okay, you can come in, but only if you're really quiet.
She never happened.
Gil told Charlie, my daughter, she's 6 now, she's probably 4 at the time. He was like, okay, I'll let you be the director. You call action, and you're really quiet until the end of the take, and then you call cut. And she did, and she was really quiet, except when she climbed on him.
We'll be like in the middle of like an intense emotional scene and this 4-year-old girl climbing on my left hand. So if you can concentrate through that, you can pretty much do any audition room.
So you're prepared.
There was a take though where like I started, she's like, cut, that was terrible. I have some ideas for your character. She's like, I saw what you're doing. Don't do that. Anyway, she's fun. But I have like mad respect for you that you work and you prepare your auditions and you show up. So I know it can be done. I've seen you have 4 kids and you're able to like be on top of it. So it gives me hope, but I'm a little nervous about that.
You have Sammy and Willie.
I do have Sammy and Willie, my dogs. Yeah,
They
maybe.
require
a lot of attention.
You know, usually I have to kick them out of the house at night.
Yeah.
Or into the office with Kristen.
Yeah, they're needy little dogs. Sammy and Willie.
What kind?
They're Chihuahua Terrier.
Aww.
Little Ruskies. They're like little Disney dogs, little like scrappy, wiry yellow dogs.
Yeah.
They're super cute. Sammy ran away the other day.
You did?
Yeah, we were gone and we're having some construction done at our house. We had to add on a bathroom and the construction workers left the side gate open. And he would go out there and kind of like he doesn't do anything, he'll kind of go out and check them out and kind of growl at them. You know, he'll go back to the dog door and he'll like pop his head out the dog door and growl at them.
It's his house.
It's his house.
Yeah.
So So he got out and he went into the front yard and he was sniffing around and my contractor thought he ran out, so he went to try to get him and he went for him and tried to grab him and it scared him so bad. He just took off running. He ran like 3 miles, like he probably ran to your house. He ran like 3 miles and we got the call, we rushed back to the house and we got so lucky.
Did he get into the street?
He ran across the main road and like, he's fine now. That's what I'm so concerned. But it was so scary. It was like my baby.
Yeah.
You know? But he came back, I've never seen him so tired. He ran like 3 miles at a dead stretch. He's not in shape. He's not. He eats too much, he steals his brother's food, like he's not in shape. But he got back and like, I bet he was just scared shitless, like, because everywhere he went, like this cute little dog, people probably like, oh, come here, like chasing him like through the neighborhoods.
He's like emotionally drained, needs therapy.
Yes, both my dogs. A lot of therapy. As do I.
So much therapy.
So it's good to see you. Things are good?
Yeah.
You look great.
So good.
Well, I rarely look at my schedule, but before I went to bed last night, I saw that you were going to be here. I was like, oh, great, I didn't know you were coming. And we have a panel together, and we have photo ops together. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that's ever happened.
Never.
They've never.
Once in a lifetime,
This is once in a lifetime.
Saying.
For some reason, they've never put us together for photo ops.
Yeah.
Which seems to make sense, right? Henry and Joseph.
Right? Yes.
Should we do some
Have some
questions?
questions? Yeah, let's do it.
We're just like totally catching up on stage.
Yeah. We don't even need to have coffee.
We're getting up, we're gonna take a nap.
Okay.
You want to start over here?
Oh, hi. I thought you had orange hair for a minute. Hi. Hello. First of all, I love your shoes. Gorgeous. Thank you. Gorgeous. But recently Misha posted about Leonardo West water in his gas tank. I love funny kid stories. So my question to you is, what funny kid stories do you have? What's your favorite story that one of your kids did? Misha's raising some heathens. I would kill my child for water in the gas tank. Well, I was telling some people earlier, my daughter Charlie is on Snapchat. She's 6, you're not allowed to have Snapchat unless you're like 15. But, you know, I signed off on it. So she pretty much only snaps me, and it's really cute because I get like multiple snaps from her a day, even though she's sitting right beside me. And she has a little lisp in her really raspy voice. And so she'll be like, what's that, Mama? Send it again. And it kills me, and I love it. She likes all the filters.
I have one of your kids. The youngest is Lincoln.
Lincoln.
How old is Lincoln now?
4.5.
How old was Lincoln when I met you on the plane?
7 months.
Yeah, okay. So maybe when he was, I don't know, 2.5 or 3, we were in your office working on an audition. And I look out the window to the backyard and I see this, he's so cute. Butt naked.
She's always naked.
Just butt naked, walking out, like, here's Lincoln. And he just walks up to the edge of the porch and just starts peeing.
That's Lincoln.
So
He
cute.
likes to be naked. I remember, so one morning he was in the bath, it was like an early morning, and my older son, who's 12, comes in the bathroom, he's peeing in the toilet, and Lincoln's in the bathroom, and he goes, wow, Elijah, that's a big penis. And my son was like, yep. A few times my neighbors brought Lincoln home naked. And they had,
And he came home to you? Just a neighborhood stranger?
they had just moved into their house, they had no kids. She was pregnant with her first baby. And I'm not kidding you, like 3 times she brought Lincoln home butt naked. And I was like, I swear, I know what I'm doing. I don't know how he gets out. And he's always naked. Lincoln.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He's doing Washington right now with my parents, and I said, Lincoln, where are you? He's like, I'm in George Washington. I'm Abraham Lincoln. He thinks he was named after President Lincoln. It's really cute. He named him after my car. I'm kidding. I do drive a Lincoln though.
Hi guys. So my question is for Gil, and I was wondering, why haven't you tried out for The Voice yet?
Why haven't you tried out for The Voice?
You would win. We would vote for you.
Oh, that's very sweet. I'll give it some thought. I don't know. I've never felt the desire to go on one of those shows, but The Voice is a great show. I've seen a few episodes. My mom loves it. She would be thrilled if I would go on The Voice. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool show. I'll give it some thought. It would be
You have a good story. They like a good story.
Yeah, I like a good story. Do I have a good story?
I mean, you got a pregnant wife.
Yeah.
You're famous.
Well, ish. 12 weekends out of the year. That's what she says. Yeah, I'm famous until I go home tomorrow. And I'm at the supermarket, and someone's like looking at me, and I'm like, hey, they're like, you move over.
You know what I get? This is my favorite. I never get recognized. If I do, it's usually this. You went to college together?
We hooked up in college?
I see you naked. And I'm usually like, no, I like your favorite show that you don't tell me to watch.
Yeah, I have people look at me sometimes like they might recognize me, but they can't really place it. I rarely have someone like actually like identify it. It's sweet when it happens, but
It's funny when it happens too, because I did actually just have an AT&T guy come to my house, and he was like, oh my god, you love TJ. That was my character in Stargate. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I had like a whole different color hair and everything. We took a picture there.
I was getting lunch one day. This was a couple years ago, or about a year and a half ago, and this guy was just like standing there just staring at me. I was like, oh, wow, what's going on here? It's like, are you Gil?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hey.
I'm a huge Supernatural fan.
Aww.
I love Henry. He was so sweet. He was so sweet. And then he followed me to my car. Yeah, that really is it your birthday today?
Yep. It's actually my birthday today, not yesterday.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my god. Oh.
Happy birthday, dear Kayla. My birthday suit. Yes. Happy birthday in my birthday suit. Anybody else have a birthday this weekend?
Is that yeses? Or you
That was for you too.
Yes. Just change your name.
Happy birthday. A lot of people like to celebrate their birthdays by coming to Supernatural shows, which is very sweet. People tell me all the time they've saved money and worked hard to come here and do this, and I just think that's awesome. We appreciate it so much. And yeah, just on a side note, there's so many crappy things going on in the world, and it's hard to not be affected by it, but I just think it's wonderful that you guys have this place that you can all come to and take care of each other, be kind to each other. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Me too. Wow. I've been a part of a lot lot of genre shows, but you guys, there's this beautiful, connective, like, it's a worldwide thing, and you guys created this, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is, and it's changed my life, and I'm sure yours too, but like, in so many ways that were so unexpected, and it just keeps going and going and going, and like, it's like permeates through all areas of my life in a weird way. Like, I've had a couple jobs recently that came from actors that I met, not even on the show. You're the only one that I worked with.
Right. Because there's such a connection with all
Yeah,
of
like I
them.
made this connection, this bond, and I've been asked to do other jobs, by actors that I've met in the conventions, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, just so many things have changed in my life directly because of doing these conventions. So.
He met me.
Yes, and the most important is that I met up. That's number one.
Number one. Hi.
Hey.
My name's Marcy.
Marcy?
My daughter is named Abaddon, and I was wondering if you did any theological research before you did your role, or how did you get your inspiration for the character?
I didn't do a ton, I did a little, but really Adam Glass is the one who created my character, and so he would sort of give me tidbits of what he wanted for the character, both Abaddon and for Josie. So I know a little bit, but when did you make, how old was your daughter?
She's 3, but we have the baby out for 10 years.
Did you? Wow. It's a powerful name. Yeah, very cool. Thanks.
You mentioned Adam Glass. Love Adam Glass.
Love Adam Glass.
He's no longer with Supernatural. He's gone on to do Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. But I love Adam Glass. Sometimes you get to meet really special writers and producers that they really care, and Adam is definitely one of those for me. I mean, he told me he'd been trying to introduce Henry for years, and until season 8, and finally allow him to do that. And I'm so thankful that it happened when it did, because I got to play the part. And yeah, he was very helpful to me and figuring out who Henry is. And
sometimes when you work on shows, there is a little bit of a disconnect between the writers, especially when you're shooting in another place, another country. I was really fortunate on Stargate. The writers were literally on the stage with us, so we would see them all the time, and they would come down, and you'd just kind of be in the middle of a conversation, and be like, oh yeah, well I have this idea, and they kick ideas at you. You don't really have that when you're working so far away from your writers. So someone like Adam, who's really connected, I mean, I'm sure he would listen to you as well. He's sent me an email or prior to that, so this is what I'm looking for. This character is to me. And it helps to give you a perspective to really understand the layers and the depth of the character.
yeah, absolutely. I didn't do as many episodes as you did, so I didn't get I'm not upset, you guys. I'm not on to this or anything. He definitely reached out to me, and he's the one that's responsible for me getting on Twitter, because I wasn't a big social media guy, and I think it's cool, but it was like, after my first episode was about to air, he was like, meet me for coffee, so we met for coffee at Warner Brothers, and he was like, you should get on Twitter. I was like, really? He was like, you just trust me, get on Twitter, you don't understand what's about to happen. So I got on Twitter, and also you guys just started, I'd say probably 98% of my followers are probably Supernatural fans, which is awesome. But anyway, so he's one that encouraged me to do that. And, yeah, he's really great. He's great. I wish he would go back to Supernatural, because I think that would probably increase the chances of Henry coming back. So for selfish reasons, I want to go back.
I'm doing a film with Jenny Klein next week.
Are you really?
Yeah. Jenny Klein, one of the writers of Supernatural, and I am Bear, who's one of the actors. We're doing a film.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love Jenny. I only met her at the 200th episode party with Sweet.
Good people.
Hey.
We over here?
Yes, hi. So the last episode that you guys did together in season 9 was Mother's Little Helper, which is one of my favorites, and Adam wrote it, of course. But it was also the first episode of Supernatural that Misha directed.
Right.
And I was wondering if you guys could talk about your impressions of him as a director.
Yeah, well, this might be so much better. I didn't know Misha before, because he was not around when I shot my first episode, so I didn't really know what to expect. I'd seen that handful of episodes, I'd seen him as cast, so I just thought he was going to be a real dick. And he was. He wasn't actually. He is now. But when I worked with him as a director, he was actually very, very kind, and he was also like my first day. I went into the where we were shooting and he came upstairs and I was being mic'd up or whatever. And that's when my wardrobe. He came up and was so friendly and thanked me for coming back. And as a director, I thought he was great. It's a big challenge to direct anything really, but especially like an hour of TV is. You got to move really fast, there's not a lot of like rehearsal or anything like that for the actors. So I thought he handled it really well. And
He also had Jared and Jensen not on his side.
Yeah, he had that against him too.
Up against the wall.
Didn't he like take a pie in the face or something?
Yeah, he always broke his nose.
Yeah.
He's never gotten a hug from Jared. This dude's big, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna pull out my ribs. I love you too.
But yeah, he was great, and he had a lot of help too. Our first episode, Serge, the producer, directed it. He had never directed an episode before. Same kind of thing. I just saw how the crew really rallied around those guys, and they had their back. They helped them. If Misha was ever in a tough spot or stuck or whatever, which didn't happen that often, but if it did, everybody was right there to help them figure it out, which was really cool.
Yeah, I think that's I've witnessed it on several occasions now in long-running franchises of television, and there's a lot of encouragement from the top for actors, producers, or other, department members to then go on to directing, and it's beautiful. Like, you see the handful of us, and we are like family. Like, what you see right here is what you get. This is what we are up there. This is what we are at home, and the same thing goes for the workplace. These people are, they've been together for 12 years now, and it's basically the same nucleus that's been together. So you see this family really get behind one person who almost can't fail. And when you have an opportunity like that, and you're someone like Misha or Rich or Serge, or I've seen it on Robert Carlyle do it on Stargate, or Tom Welling, or any of these people, they take it seriously and they put their work into it, but then they've got this big, beautiful family to sort of keep them lifted.
Thank you.
The one thing that's funny though, when actors go on to direct, what I always notice, it's a big job. Like, we as actors, we kind of show up earlier than everyone else, especially people with a lot of hair. To get through the works. But directors, it's a full-time job. You're there day in and day out, and you're there editing, and you're there the week before prepping, and you've got to have all these notes and your script broken down and all of this, and a lot of actors. At one point, we were shooting that stairwalk scene. It was a big scene, just from a physicality.
That was tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles, a lot of coverage that you have to get. And at one point, we were just all standing around between stuff, and Kevin, the AD, was like, we gotta get this and this and this. And Misha's like, oh, we have so much work to do. I just wanted to talk with my friends.
Yeah, it's a tough job. I've never directed anything, so I have a lot of respect for those guys. Richard Spade Jr. directed an episode last season, right?
Yeah.
I've yet to see it. How was it? And Jenny wrote it. Well, apparently he did a pretty good job with this, and I think he's been tapped to direct 2 more.
Yeah. He's kind of special. We like him. We're going to keep him. I just had the great opportunity to work on PittsburghCon.
As did I.
Yeah.
I heard you got to work on it.
I played Robbie's wife. Forever. They were telling me, like, we have this role for you. And so every email, she didn't have a name yet. So every email, it was like, Alaina, blah, 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 for Rob's too good for him ex-wife. I quite love this character. So I shot with them a couple of days this last week, and Rob wrote a lot of it, and they collaborated, and Rich directed, and again, just to see this beautiful collaboration of people, that you care about, that are doing their thing, and you really support supportive. It's amazing.
It's really funny, you guys. Those of you who supported them in this venture, like, thank you, because it's really, really good.
It's so good.
Like, my wife was like, what are you laughing at? I was reading the scripts, and I was just like, laughing hysterically. She's like, okay, calm down. I was like, no, this is the funniest shit I've read in a long time. Like,
And then they're all like improv guys.
yeah.
So I'm in this room with all improv, and like they can all hold it together.
Oh.
Every take, I'm like,
Oh my gosh, I was like literally crying in some scenes with Kurt Fuller. I don't know who Kurt Fuller is, but you've seen him in like so many movies and TV shows. But anyway, he was brilliant. Like there would be some takes of me just like tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard at these movies. So anyway, I think it's going to be really special. I think it's okay if we talk a little bit about it. I played Chip. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's Kings of Con. It's a scripted show that Rob and Rich wrote. It's a scripted comedy about the cons.
what we do.
And it's so it's basically based
And
on
it's
this.
being picked up
You
by
guys.
Comic-Con HQ, so it's got Lions Gate, it's got the proper distribution channel.
And I think they're shooting, what, 10 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I played Chip. I'm the new guy on the circuit. And Chip's
Do you sing?
wide-eyed and squeaky clean. And I sing a little bit. Yeah, Chip says like a lot of shots. And so we all play kind of like these heightened versions of ourselves. And Rob and Rich are whatever Rob and Rich. And they're
And Rob's ex-wife.
brilliant. Alaina is Rob's too hot ex-wife.
No, too good for him.
Too good for him. I can't wait to see your scenes. Let's go through that.
Hi. I'm Brianna.
Brianna.
My question is, how do you guys like get into your character, especially a character like Abaddon, where you like that's not a normal character? How do you get your inspiration to really like get into it?
It's a little kind of like falling in love. Like if it's a character that you resonate with, it's really easy. And not to romanticize Abaddon, but she like just becomes, and I don't know, I can't even really explain it. She just is. Like I walk differently even when I'm there working, like on my days off, I'm just like strutting around like I could smite you. Don't talk to me. I'm like, why don't you talk to me? She's a great character. What I really wanted to do, especially in Mother's Little Helper, was develop the why can't I think of her name? My Josie character, because I feel like that one has more layers. Like to play the bad guy is really, really fun, but at a certain point when you're just the baddie, there's not a lot of layers and there's not a lot of places to go with it. It's fun to like shove big dudes against the wall. Oh, okay. We can do it again. But you know, to have some longevity and to build some layers into the character, I find you have to have sort of some human aspect. And I found that in Josie, and I tried to take the opportunity to develop her, just to work the character a little bit more.
I like what you said. It's like falling in love a little bit. It is like, we audition a lot, and most of the time don't get the part. I have to remind myself sometimes when I'm going into an audition, like, forget the results. Like, just go in and play.
It's like a first date.
And just go in and play this part. You probably never need to play this part again. But if you're lucky enough to get the part, it is a little bit like falling in love, because then you really get to kind of embrace the part and figure it out. And Henry was a sweet one. Like I said yesterday, I was just getting to like wear the suit and take on that guy from that era and like listen to the music in my trailer, and it was just fun. It felt right. It felt like it fit, and it's really sweet when you get lucky enough to get those kind of roles.
Yeah, and the nice thing too, it's so different from an audition, is when you're actually working. So you have the entire morning, you sit here in makeup and you're getting prepared and you put the clothes on and then you're playing with your friends. So to me, that's a big part of it. I really love the connection aspect of acting, and I probably, to my fault, rely on it a lot. Like I really desire the connection, and I feel like that is what makes me a better actor. And so you don't have that in an audition setting, so it is a little connected in that way.
Right. And the audition is kind of the work part of it. And you don't get paid for auditioning, you know. When you're lucky enough to get the part, you get paid, which is great. But that's also kind of like the reward, I think, you know, for me anyway. Like getting the part and then go shoot is the fun part. That's when you need to just like enjoy it, because you don't get the part so many times, so you really have to make the most of it when you do.
Yeah, you know, I found you can get really bogged down by the process. And like, another audition. I mean, I remember there's points in my career where I'm like, really, they want to audition me again? Why? Just hire me. And
It's true though.
yeah, you get to that point, and then you got to take a step back. And like, I just got a new agent, and I had like 6 auditions last week, and I was so inspired. I was like, oh, this is why I love my job. I get to work, even though I'm not working. And I'm like, hey, but I was working.
But you got a new agent, you feel that like re-energized.
Someone's like passionate about what you're doing. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, what's up?
Hello. So I was wondering if either of you have ever considered working on a Marvel production set before?
On a Marvel production?
Like, what characters would you think about playing? And what aspects of your characters from Supernatural would you translate over into those characters from Marvel?
You know, what characters are left?
Oh, you can redo them.
Sure.
I mean, there's lots of.
I would love to play a superhero or a villain, you know, like, I think it would be a blast. Anytime I had a few auditions lately for stuff, mainly the TV shows, like Legends of Tomorrow and things like that. I get really fired up. I want to do that so badly. I don't know. I mean, I guess Henry to me would be more like a Captain America kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, I'm more of a DC girl. Probably because I played Black Canary, I have a little.
That's right. Yeah,
I like DC and Marvel. I like anyone that would hire me, really. I would like anyone that would hire me, really. I'm not partial to one or the other. Yeah, as long as I get to wear like a sweet like suit, you know, like.
With a cockpit.
Yeah, definitely. Very large copies.
Wow, girl, that's a big cock piece. I like Poison Ivy. My favorite Poison Ivy was Uma Thurman. I actually tried to fashion my Black Canary after her. You know, she was a little campy and like sneaky with it. That was what I was going for with Black Canary. It's fun.
Yeah, I gotta like keep hitting the gym. I think so, like, you know, it's gonna happen at some point. I'm gonna be ready.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi, Alana. Hi, Gil. Alana, I saw you down in Belgium inside my Valley and I was wondering whether you could relate the story about you doing the scene with when Dean killed Alaina, because I just love that, the answer to that question.
You want me to replay it? Like the part when he was on top of me? That's it.
And go.
He was very passionate.
Okay.
That one when
Whoa.
Josie. Wait, didn't he kill me twice? Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, he got my. Oh, yeah, that was fun.
But that was my episode.
Yeah. Okay. So that episode that we were in.
Yeah.
I got stabbed in the back, shot in the face, and my head chopped off. That was my audition scene.
That was before you started shooting.
Like, I was like in my inbox, and I'm like talking to my mom on the phone, and then watching my audition. I was like, this is ridiculous. Who does this?
you. I didn't know you, but I saw you.
Yeah, because I went in first, and you were like right after me. I saw you there. Weird. I remember the guy you were talking to. You guys were talking about New York, but anyway. Weird.
I remember what you were wearing. Can I say that?
But the scene where Dean, that was a really long scene, and it was supposed to be it was written in the script as the most epic death ever in Supernatural. I was like, but they had us on cables, and it was him first, and they the first half of the day was really his coverage, and then they turned around on me, and they had me on the cables, and it got really cumbersome because when you're doing these types of things, it's a stunt. So you've got the stunt coordinator involved, which then calls action. You become the director on the set for safety reasons. You've got the first aid person there. You've got a bunch of stuff blowing over. You've got Mark half dead in a chair. And then I almost shot him. Did you guys see that get real? It was so funny. He was scared. He was really like, holy shit! And so then, we were on cables, and it was just really cumbersome and sort of clunky because the director has to be like, okay, we're all set, and then the stunt coordinator calls action, and then he tells somebody to lift me up on wires. So it just becomes a lot. And at one point, Jensen was like, hey, can we just take you off the wires and just squat on an apple box and I'll pick you up? And I was like, yeah. And we ended up doing that for one of the takes. Obviously, the wide takes you need the cables for. But sometimes, less is more, and it becomes a more intimate scene when you're not dealing with all of the elements.
So you were suspended in air shooting the scene?
Yeah. And so he stabs me, and he lifts me up in the air, so that's where the cables, and the cameras are behind me, but I'm on wires, so I'm conscious of the fact that there's wires on Jensen's face. So I have my elbows out to keep the wires away from his face so they can get it. We did 2 or 3 takes, and one of the camera operators, Rosie, he was like, hey, and he taps me on the shoulder. He goes, that hurts, right? And I was like, what? He was like, me getting stabbed, it hurts. And I was like, oh, I forgot to act. So the next few takes, I screamed bloody murder, and I walked off the stage, and I was like,
It wasn't just the cables, though. It was Jensen.
it was.
Stop working with that guy.
Yeah.
You're like, Gil, is your line?
Nothing.
You should have one on you.
I'm just
He's a
kidding.
very professional actor.
Me or Jensen?
What?
Me or Jensen?
Everyone. No,
Yes.
we get asked this a lot. A lot of people say, how do you get any work done? They're such jokesters. They are. They have a good time. But at the end of the day, we're all professionals. We go to work, we do our job, we make our days. Sometimes. We laugh along the way.
They have a good time. They got the best job.
And they know it. They show it. Yeah.
They get away with a lot. There were a couple days where the crew would not be like, all right, guys, come on. It's hour 12. Okay, come on, Jared. We want to finish the day. And he would ignore them. And he would keep drinking. So he has a lot of fun, that guy.
Was that enough? You want more?
I'm not sure what the question was.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hello. Abaddon is one of my favorite TV villains, and I was wondering if you had a favorite TV villain, or villain in general.
Well, my favorite overall villain is the Joker.
Yeah!
My favorite Joker is Heath Ledger.
I agree. As great as Jack Nicholson was in the first Batman, Heath Ledger was something special.
So special.
It was one of the most incredible performances I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. Crazy. So crazy. Very sad. He's dead. TV villain?
TV villains, yeah.
I think but I might be.
Oh, I've been watching Daredevil. That would be if you haven't seen Daredevil on Netflix, it's fantastic. It's such a great job with that.
Just wait till you have kids.
Yeah,
You don't get to watch them.
and Vincent D'Onofrio is fantastic as the villain in that. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend it highly. And Charlie Cox, I believe is his name, plays Daredevil. He's incredible. Not American, that guy. Another Brit. I believe maybe he's Irish, I'm not sure, it doesn't matter. They're all coming over here and everybody wave to the crew up there. I think they're going down here to see you guys. Yeah, all these Aussies and Brits come over here and taking on these American giants. I'm not upset about that at all. Just bring them all. Bring all the Hemsworths. There's got to be more of them, right?
Yeah.
Somebody told me yesterday that I look like the younger one. What's his name? Liam. And I heard that before, and I always was like, really? I don't see it, but that's a nice compliment. And everything, he's like, how old is he? 27, something like that. So we're around the same age. So it makes sense. Yeah, I've heard that a couple times. I don't see it personally, but yeah, a lot of talent from all over the world is coming here now. I don't know if you've noticed, but for me personally, it's like the competition. I feel like it's gotten more and more. It's got more and more competitive, like globally.
Well, where you used to get, I'm Canadian, and so I have dual citizenship, but where I used to get jobs in LA to work in Canada, I worked as an American actor, and I worked in Canada as a Canadian. This is the new agent I got, it's a Canadian agent, and I've never before felt like I needed to get one, and Netflix itself is spending $1 billion on Vancouver. Wow. Yeah, of their $7 billion allotment, $1 billion is in Vancouver. And so a lot of stuff is going there. It's jobs that I don't have access to in this country, being American, but I do as a Canadian. So it's definitely the business is changing.
It's changed a lot. I mean, there's a lot of self-taping going on now for auditions, which
That's
like,
all I've done. I did 6 auditions last week, all self-tape.
Yeah, and like 5 years ago, if you got a self-tape, that would be kind of like, I wouldn't probably do it, you know, because it seems a little like, not desperate, but it's like your only shot is to do it yourself and send it in and hope that they watch it. Now, that's what most people are doing.
Yeah.
So like someone in Australia or England or wherever can shoot an email with a link to a self-tape audition just as easy as I can, you know, living in LA, so.
And chances are you're shooting in South Africa or Toronto or Paris or whatever, so they're flying from somewhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
Exactly. I haven't worked in LA in a while.
I've never worked in LA.
Really?
Maybe like a guest star position?
Right. Yeah, there's jobs you can go back to LA for sure. I love traveling for work. Anytime I get to travel anywhere, it's fun. So
Yeah.
especially Vancouver. So that's good to hear that there's a lot of even more production.
So much. Well, and there's a lot of shows, like one of my favorite shows is Vikings. I watch Vikings. Right? See? I'm saying. I know. Right?
I was watching Vikings and I stopped watching it because they said the main character's name like too much. I don't know if any of you watched the show, but they repeat his name over and over again. Ragnar Lothbrok. They would just say his name over and over. Like, I know his name. I've been watching 2 seasons now. He can say it all day long.
Yeah.
What is it, the shaved head?
Yeah. It's everything. I'm
Yeah.
newly single, so everything's exciting to me.
Yeah, I almost was on Vikings. Somebody laughed. Yeah, I was.
No, actually, they only cast Canadians or Australians. So there. But I love the show, and I called my agent, and I was like, yo, get me on Vikings. And they're like, like, yeah, no, it's not on the breakdowns, nothing. It's totally off the radar. The business is changing. It's like, I feel like it is where the music business was in the early 2000s. Where are we at?
Yeah, I don't know.
3 minutes? Is that 3 or 2?
Is that a 3 or 2? Is that a 3 or 2? Taylor, hey.
Hey, my question is, how much did y'all know about the show before auditioning? Did you watch the show, or?
No,
I still don't watch the show.
honestly, when I got the audition, I said, "Is that still on?" Like, I thought it had been canceled around season 5. I knew of the show because I tested for the pilot. It was the first show I'd ever tested for, and I tested for Sam. And
He could have been Samuel.
yeah.
Did you test against Jared? Do you remember?
You know, I'm not sure that Jared had to test. I could be wrong. Yeah, he was coming off Gilmore Girls, and I don't know how this, but he was not at the test that I was at, because I would remember this tall, lanky ass, especially at that age, with his freaking sideburns and. Jared. So yes, the new of the show. That's like my Jared. What's that?
Go Jensen.
I did yesterday, it's like this.
Okay, I know I told this story before. Yeah, it's good. We were in London, and I know I've told this, so forgive me if you're hearing it again, it's funny. And I was like, come out of the bathroom, and there's this girl like Howard in the corner crying. I was like, poor thing, oh my God. My friends are consoling her. I look over, there's another one. And then another one. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then you see Jensen like,
Trudge forward, just owning it.
pouring drinks, he's like, hey, you want a drink? I was like, I just walked into a week.
Yeah, that's funny. I had the same experience. I was in Birmingham a couple months ago. Same thing. We went to take some pictures, and I walked through the convention with Jensen, which rarely happens. I don't even get to see the guys because I leave like on the first flight tomorrow. So I really get to see them at the show. So I walked through with Jensen, and we were catching up. And it was like girls that was falling out. Dropping like flies.
This is my God. I was